Fearsome Augusta will slash down her enemies, and today I'm here to tell you how to build her best. My name is Juice, and let's get into it. So what echo sets does this fearsome gladiator desire? None other than 3-piece Crown of Valor. This is, without a shadow of a doubt, her best in slot 3-piece set. There is no other reason to go for any of her set. It is perfectly tailored to her kit, and she's the only character in the game as of now that's able to fully stack out this set's passive. You get a crud ton of free attack percent and crit from this, making it her de facto best in slot set. In terms of 2 pieces that you can put with it, you want to put either Void Thunder, Lingering Tunes, or if you're struggling with energy, Moonlit Clouds. You can use 5-piece Void Thunder as a replacement set if you don't have Crown of Valor yet, however farm up Crown of Valor as soon as you can. As for Augusta's main stats, simple. Go for 4 cost crit percent, 3 cost electro percent, 3 cost electro percent, 1 cost attack percent, and 1 cost attack percent. A very standard setup for Augusta. Other less conventional setups such as replacing one of the electro percents with attack percent will be fine too, but ultimately her best in slot is always going to be using double electro percent with double attack percent. As for Augusta's stat goals, simple. On Sig, go for 2400 attack, 85 to 230 crit rate and damage, and 115 ER. And on Lustrous Razor, you want to go for 2600 attack, 70 to 230 crit rate and damage, and you still want to go for 115% ER. These are going to get your Augusta ready to crush the Tower of Adversity. It's pretty obvious that you should go and farm her best 3-piece set. There's not really any reason to go for Void Thunder over it. But of course, it's still going to serve as a perfectly fine replacement set. All around, farm Crown as soon as possible. This warrior has slain many enemies in the arena. And to continue dominating the world of battle, she's going to need the right weapons for the job. So what'll her best Broadblade picks be? It's absolutely no secret that Thunderflare Dominion is absolutely going to be her best in slot choice. The passive is perfectly tailored to Augusta, giving her plenty of attack, heavy attack damage bonus, along with even Death Ignore. It's very specialized to suit her kit specifically. It also gives a little bit of crit rate, but a crap ton of base attack. Obviously her best in slot choice. Go for it if you can. Otherwise, you would be very surprised of how good Verdant Summit is on her. After all, it gives some really nice heavy attack damage bonus, and also some general damage bonus. So it actually ends up suiting her kit excellently. Very good choice if you have it. If you have Verdant Summit, then honestly, you should just share it with your Augusta. There's not really any reason to pull for her signature if you already have Verdant. At least from an efficiency standpoint, because while Thunderflare is indeed better, you honestly don't gain that much extra performance. Other limited 5-star weapons such as Ages of Harvest and Wildfire Mark are also very good on her. Your free-to-play friendly option is going to be the permanently available Lustrous Razor. It is a weapon on the standard banner, but in terms of free-to-play friendly options, this is easily going to be our best bet, because regular 4-star weapons just really aren't that good on Augusta. Lustrous Razor, however, it's alright. It provides some energy regen, which makes her a little bit easier to build, and she also gets a crud ton of attack from it. It's definitely not going to be as good as her limited 5-star options, but even with that being said, it's still an excellent choice. Aureate Zenith is going to be your best 4-star bet. I'm gonna be completely honest and say that other 4-star options just aren't that good on Augusta, but Aureate Zenith, it's very good. It's the brand new Battle Pass Broadblade that was recently added to the BP, and it's a fantastic budget option for those of you who regularly buy the Battle Pass. The passive provides Augusta with everything she could ever want, and it's all around a very good weapon option. Now granted, 5-star weapons are going to be better than this all around, but either way it does remain as a solid choice. All around, her weapon options are decently flexible. It's very nice how effectively she's able to use Verdant Summit, especially considering that Giant had multiple reruns happen by this point. It's a shame that 4-star weapons aren't really all that good on her, but that's kind of the expected standard at this point. And besides, the standard weapon honestly isn't really all that bad on her. Pretty decent when it comes to weapon options, honestly. However, who's going to be joining Augusta in the ring? Well, her best second slot teammate by far is absolutely Mortefi, without a shadow of a doubt. This is for sure her best on-release second slot teammate. This is because she primarily deals in heavy attacks, and Mortefi absolutely loves buffing those up, making him an ideal teammate for her. He's also capable of dealing some decent personal damage himself if you build him up well, as Static Mist is able to provide some team-wide attack. All around, a very good option for her. You can also consider using Yinlin. This is because her outro is able to provide electric percent. However, you would actually rather use Mortefi instead, because his heavy percent buffing is more valuable. With that being said, if you're a big Yinlin fan, then today's your lucky day, because she's actually a competent and viable teammate with Augusta. If you have her equipped on Stringmaster, then she's able to do some pretty solid personal damage. I will say that this is a really good thing for Yinlin fans specifically. If you want Augusta's best team, then you want to use Mortefi, but if you want Yinlin's best team, then you pair her with Augusta. So if you're really big on Yinlin, well then today's your lucky day. In terms of third slot teammates, come on, we all know what the third slot teammates are at this point. Verena or Shorekeeper. Ideally use Shorekeeper, but if you're unable to because she's taken by another team, then you can also use Verena instead. Either or works. Example teams include Augusta, the Great E4 of Septimont, Mortefi, and Shorekeeper or Verena, the Powerful Warrior, Yinlin, or Verena and Shorekeeper. Yet how do you play Augusta? Well, intro in, heavy attack, normal attack, skill, heavy attack, normal attack, use her ult, skill, 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 use her ult, basic attack 9 times, echo, outro. Not too difficult of a rotation all around. Yet how does Augusta work? Well, her basic attack will deal 4 simple electro strikes. Nothing much else to add here. As for her skill, she's going to leap and do an electro strike. Once again, nothing much else to add here. As for her resonance liberation, well, this is where the main meat of her kit lies. Her regular ult is going to have her dash forward and deal some electric damage. However, whenever her Forte is full, you have to hold down her ult and she enters the special state. She's able to do 9 very powerful slashes in this state and stops time. Whenever you do all of her attacks, she does one very big, very awesome finisher move. This also summons the Ruler's Realm, which lasts for 30 seconds, and whenever anybody does their intro skill within the Ruler's Realm, they're gonna get a shield. Her Forte circuit is what holds her Ascendancy. She's able to gain Ascendancy through multiple different ways. She can have up to 100 points of Ascendancy at a time. She gains 20% from her intro skill, 10% from her resonance skill, and 40% from casting her Resonance Liberation. This then grants her access to an enhanced version of her resonance skill. Her intro skill just has her deal some basic electric damage, nothing much else to add here. As for her outro skill, it's honestly pretty good. The next incoming Resonator has 15% damage amplification for all attributes given to them. And whenever they cast their outro skill, Augusta gets 1 stack of Majesty and 1 stack of Crown of Wills, and Crown of Wills gives 50% electric damage bonus to her, which can only stack 1 time. These stacks get consumed and used up whenever Augusta uses her ult. As for Augusta's inherent skills, simple. Her I1 is going to give her a shield every time she deals damage, once every 0.5 seconds. She cannot pass this shield on to other Resonators. To be honest, I feel that this only exists so that she can proc 3-piece Crown of Valor. Otherwise, it's not really going to do much for you, it just exists for Crown of Valor. It also helps out with her signature as well. As for her I4, whenever she leaves combat for 4 seconds, she gains 1 stack of Majesty, and she fully restores her Crown of Wills. Pretty nice stuff. As for Augusta's Forte priority, simple. Go for this. Her Resonance Liberation is the vast majority of her damage, so you really want to level it up first. And honestly, I would recommend that you level it up fully. Max it out. It's very important, and it does a lot of damage. You then want to take care of her Forte skill next, and then her basics. Her skill does do decent damage, but because it's not a major part of her kit, you can just leave it down at level 6 or so. You can level it up a little bit more than that if you want to, but there's not really any need to. And then her intro skill really doesn't do anything, so you can just leave it be, to be honest. But definitely make sure you give plenty of attention to that ult and Forte circuit. Do you wish to contribute some gold towards the Great E4 of Septimont? Well then let's talk sequences. Her S1 is honestly pretty good all things considered. She's able to give herself 30% free crit damage, and she's able to gain an extra stack of Crown of Wills. This also means she's able to give herself more electric damage bonus. All around a pretty good S1. She also gets some good interruption resistance from this, which isn't exactly necessary, but it's cool that it's here. S2 improves her Crown of Will stacks even more, meaning that for every Crown of Will stacks that you have, she's going to give herself 20% crit rate. And for every 1% of crit rate over 100%, she's going to give herself 2% more crit damage, all the way up to 100% more. This is really cool, and it actually encourages overcapping crit on her. She's going to be absolutely chock full with stats with this S2. Her S3 just improves the damage multiplier for abilities. Very nice stuff. Her S4 is interesting because it increases the attack of everybody in the team by 20% for 30 seconds after she does her intro skill. That's actually quite good, especially whenever you consider teammates such as Yinlin and Mortefi. Very nice stuff. Her S5 isn't really that big of a deal, it just makes her shield stronger. To be honest, that's only really gonna matter if you have skill issue, otherwise this isn't really that big of a deal. Her S6 is absolutely excellent, I'm not even sure what else you need me to say. It's a Wuthering Waves S6, of course it's very strong. It contributes even more stats to her Crown of Wills, and allows her to have even more stacks of it. Very powerful S6, super duper strong. You're gonna be impressed with this if you're a big Augusta fan. All things considered, this DPS was honestly very well designed on Kuro's part. She is an amazing kit, generally has quite flexible options, and has some very flashy gameplay. Are you enjoying your Augusta? Let me know down below. I'd love to hear your thoughts. Hopefully this video was able to get your Augusta dominating her enemies. This has been Juice, signing out. And in the words of the great Augusta, winners win, losers get Ling Yang.